frequent church?
I am. Ranker. Good to meet you. I am not our paralegal or other attorney. Jim, you for Jake. What was it? I don't think. Yeah, was it? Huh. Okay. I wasn't aware of that. But yeah, that's a no-go. That's a no-go. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Keep everything going? Yes. All right. Sounds good. Morning. How are you?
Not too bad. About yourself?
Very.
Stimulating.
Huh?
It's stimulating.
Yes,
that
it is.
breeze.
Yes, it is. It's a good hat. Are they? Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Morning, Todd.
Or Doug.
Morning, Pruett.
How are you, Dave?
Just in, how about you guys?
Morning. How are you?
Good, how are you guys?
Doing
Good.
great. Is Linda gonna call him today, or she gonna be here, or, you know?
I never heard. Are you waiting?
Yeah. Right. If you look at the mirror, I'm surprised it says whoa.
That's very sweet.
All right, at 9 o'clock, call the meeting to order. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, Christie, you're up first. How's that sound? Get you back to work.
Sounds good. So Linda's not gonna be here. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Alright. This is just a summary of the work comp claims for the fire departments in the county.
Oh,
And then a copy of the fee agreement. So, just reviewing that, it's coming up for renewal. We've done that fee for service for that policy for, back 8 or 9 years now.
Right.
And nothing's changed in the fee, it's still $1,200 for the year. And the policy renews in February, but that agreement runs on a calendar year. And as far as the summary, I just put the total number of open claims. So 23, we still have one open one that is out there. And work comp claims can last for many, many years depending on the situation.
Right.
In 24, we still have one open, and there's 3 that were closed. And then for this policy term for 25, there's still 2. They're very small claims, but the bills are pending for payment out there. So not a lot of activity, which is a good thing on those. But you guys have any questions on any of that? Or
Todd, did you want to say?
Yeah, you said this, Todd, to have him look at it.
Yeah. I don't know that it's changed anything from
nope, it hasn't changed, but yeah, I don't know if it's
In the past, yeah.
Just insure for that.
Yep, we just act as the agent and place the work comp policy through an insurance company.
for all of our volunteer fire departments.
All the volunteers, yeah.
Like
Fire
I said,
service.
yeah, it's been, what, 7 years?
Yeah,
We've been
at
doing
least,
that.
yeah.
Before, they didn't have access to it, or it was really expensive. I don't know what the,
Yeah, and I just don't think there was a lot of, I think things were falling through the cracks a little bit, if I remember right. So this was kind of, thank you.
I think it's all good.
you went out.
Yeah, I entertain a motion to approve.
We,
Linda, are you there?
Okay, there you are. Linda Gerhardt is on the phone.
Okay, Linda, what we have before us right now, Christy Wilson is here, and she just presented the fire district work comp fee agreement. She said there has been nothing changed from last year. We have, since 23, we still have 4 open cases and 3 closed. So that's kind of where it's sitting at there. Todd looked over the contract and said it's okay. So, do you want to wait until you see it, or?
Nope, sounds good.
Okay, then I would entertain a motion to approve the fee agreement for work comp for the fire district.
so moved.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the fire district's work comp fee agreement. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye, all opposed, same sign, motion carried. All right, Christie,
And
thank you very
do
much.
you want to sign that?
Yep.
And actually,
Here, you
Just
want
need
to
the chair's
take a copy of that?
Yep.
You can Todd handed it back to you.
no chair, right?
You want to take a copy of that for
Yeah.
the reference?
Yep.
She's going to take a copy.
Okay.
Just your
Or
signature.
just,
Yep.
Sign that.
Sign, I mean, I can sign both. Yes.
perfect. Christie, thank you very much.
Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, thank you.
Do you want this back?
Keith, I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda as written.
So moved.
Linda, do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the agenda as written. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
While you're waiting for the next, I do have a payroll change that was budgeted, it's a local service one.
Okay, this is budgeted.
Yes, it
All
is.
right, this is for Treasurer's Office. Okay.
Scott?
Scott,
Or Scott.
you can leave it open now, they were doing a real estate sale, so we closed it for a minute.
How are you, Dave?
Good.
Good.
That's project the W road from up one. Good. But got some gravel out of
Absolutely.
accident. Cool.
All right, I got 9:15. Scott, what you got?
All right, first thing, the Shawnee County, the bridge down here, 94, you guys asked questions about that. I got an answer emailed to you, so,
I saw it.
got the contract with me, if you guys want to review it, sign it, what you need to do for that. Basically what they said in that email, I got a copy on the back there too, was that doesn't look like utilities are gonna have to be moved. So that'll save us like $31,250. So our cost, our portion would be $49,748.70 instead of the $80,988.
That come out of the bridge fund.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was the driver of the cost in that.
Right.
And the other thing I think I read in there, because they're expanding it wider
Yeah.
and longer, won't be a need for guardrail, because it all, is that right?
I don't remember reading that.
I thought that was one of the things, making it bigger, they wouldn't have to put guardrail up because of the recovery zone, so therefore, it was a wash whether to make it smaller and put guardrail up. So,
So I will leave this in your all's hands.
Okay.
Perfect.
And it was the study.
I said,
Linda's on the phone.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, Linda.
No, she was on the phone. Linda, you still there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
Scott said hello.
Yeah. Got that memorandum of understanding from Hoyt about the chip and seal down here. They made the corrections that we had. So that's for you guys. We've had some damages on our minimum maintenance roads.
Scott, look over. Todd.
I'll look it over.
Scott, one of you.
Yeah. Can you see it at your office?
Was it in my office?
I believe so. Yeah.
Unless we can trust them.
Yeah.
So I thought that was one time we talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said they made some changes to it, so I wanted to look it over.
Yep. Okay, but anyway, back to some of these minimum maintenance roads, I've got a couple that I've turned to the sheriff's department. He's trying to get me information on who these people were so we can assign names.
Well, the one I sent you pictures and
Yeah.
names because they posted on Facebook that they went out and,
Yeah.
did a little rough riding out there.
Yeah, that's, and I got all that information to him.
Okay, so,
So anyway, we're,
And he's willing to forward that to the attorney upstairs who can prosecute. Or,
they're investigating right now,
okay,
and then we'll continue on there.
hopefully they'll prosecute and get money back.
Yeah, right now, I've got one estimate that's $925 to repair the road, and the other road, I've got $647.50 for repairs.
Mention the restitution to the folks upstairs. It's a term for paying back the damage.
Okay, K-Cam called me last week, Lauren Lewis, and was talking to me about this stuff on Brightspeed, about the bills that have been sent, and she's asking why we're paying them. I said, well, I said we were told we had, or I was told we had a deductible that we had to meet before any of these, could be, before the insurance company paid. And she goes, absolutely not. She says, on those damages, those are liability claims, not something that has a deductible on it. So there's no deductibles on any of those, and we should not be paying any of them. And so,
We haven't been paying them have we?
We paid one, it's a
There was
thousand.
one that was submitted for $1,000.
Right.
That you sent.
Yes.
So we paid what is submitted
Correct,
by your
because
office.
if we did that, didn't meet the deductible. But anyway, she said she was gonna try to get with them and get that money back for us. There's no guarantees, but she said we should be paying those, so I contacted Bob last week and said to hold off on everything.
Yeah, I get it. I sent that letter that on the other 3 or
Mm-hmm.
4, it went to 4, I think. Just saying, no, we're not liable, so I haven't heard back from them yet, but you just want me to send them to the insurance guys then? I mean, that,
Well, yeah, from the sounds of it, that's what we need to do, is just give them straight to the insurance people. They can't let them handle it.
yeah, well, I don't know the insurance policy, it seems like a strange distinction to me, but I'll humor them.
So,
Okay.
anyway, that's what we found out. She said she'd be glad to talk to any of us about what the difference is of liability and the deductible thing. Because deductible is more like vehicles, things like that, if you have an accident.
And, but also the answer is there, are they in control of the claims at that point, paying or not paying?
I believe so. She said all we need to do is just, she said we need to report them, you know, when they happen. And I told her, I said, well, we haven't in the past because we've never had anybody ever bill us for any of this. You know, I said, it's usually just taken care of.
Yep.
And so I said, we will in the future, if something happens, we will contact you and let you know a date and time.
Does she know about the other letter I sent?
Probably not. I did tell her that, you know, our attorney's involved.
If you could reach out to me and say, we get other claims out, so if you have a contact, so
Okay.
at least a letter that says what you did before, so she's not.
Okay.
Well,
I'll get your
that's if they're gonna take it.
email.
I don't mean. I think we gotta be on the same page.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Something we need to put on our radar probably for the next year, upcoming year. We've got a low water crossing down at A and 190 area, and it's in bad shape. That's one that we have beavers building the dam across here, which we are still fighting with. We have to go down there every now and then and knock that dam down.
A and what?
190.
190th. It's a low water crossing. It's actually 190 just east of A, about 98 miles. It's in bad shape. We've always been riprap in there because it gets washed out and everything. So maybe something we want to look at doing those tubes and head walls, you know, make it a little wide.
It's on minimum maintenance.
It is. Got a gentleman down there, came in talking about it last week, and we knew about it, you know, so, he's got big combines and equipment, you know, got trouble getting across it. I said, well, I know. It is minimum maintenance road, and low water crossing.
Is, how big of a head wall tube and stuff do you think we would have to put in?
We probably have to do kind of like we did down here, with probably a triple tube, 3/8 inch. So I think we're around 30,000 about 5 inch.
Any other choices to make a low water crossing out of that? Because once we put tube in it, it's not a low water crossing
Right.
anymore.
Right. I think to come in and build a low water crossing is going to cost you more than what the like I said, we put riprap in there, you know, big enough size that you can drive across, but not too big, you know, have the issue, and like I said, it washes out just about every year.
So it's on 190th or it's on A road?
On 190, just east of A.
And you say it's just to the east of A Road?
Yeah.
That, this little patch right here.
this area Pot County? Oh, this is Pot over here, okay. And this is, okay, so it's all the way, all right.
Right here. So then, the next question is, so then if he's having trouble getting across there, when's he gonna start saying, well, I need this hole straightened out, cleaned up here?
He has done some of that work up through there, cutting the banks down, and things like that, so his combine.
In the S curve, or the curve right here?
Yeah.
At the top of the hill, back to this crossing, there's a hill right here.
Okay.
And so it's, and that's the thing I told him, I said, you know, should you come in and do anything with that? I said, that's all rock wedges through there. And I said, you gotta tear those up. And I said, you got a chance of water problems. And so he agreed with that. But he, like I said, he did shave the banks down a little bit on his own and carried the dirt down to the water crossing to try to build it up. So I said, just something you need to be aware of.
How much, yeah, how much water comes in? It looks like, I mean, from the street view, it looks like quite a bit of water comes in through there.
Well, that's Cross Creek. So, yeah, I would guess there would be a lot of water coming down through
And it looks like it's fairly wide.
Yes. Yes, you're right there at that little water crossing. The creek is probably 15 foot wide, so. Like I said, then when the beavers build their dam across it, then
That's what they're going to
yeah.
there.
But we tear that dam out, but probably, I don't know, 5 times a year. W Road, kind of bring you up to date there, our 4% money, out of the 250,000 that it's set aside, we've got 139,347.60 left there. And we had a deposit, the other day, into the 4% of 55,539.07, which takes that to 240,757.52 as of Friday. Kind of where we're at there.
We'll have November, December.
Yeah.
To add to those.
Yes. We had somebody call in the other day about the rock we were getting out here at Soldier, so I did some checking into that, and so we are going to Atchison right now to get rock for W Road up here. They were $1.79 a ton less money. Trip wise, it is further away, but it is a better quality rock. It's 1.5 inches instead of 1.25 inches. Like I said, we got a couple of those Friday and looked at it. It's good rock.
So the rock coming out of Hams, what percentage, I mean, was there an answer to why we were getting a higher percentage fines than what we should be? Because, I mean, we have standards.
It's in the standards. You know, like I said, the person that called in was concerned about the amount of fines that we were getting in. We took some up to the road that he lives by, and he was said it's just all powder and fines, you know. And, so, like I said, I thought about looking into it.
Yeah, I just talked to him again this morning, so.
Yeah.
Said the same thing, we were looking into it, seeing what's gonna be over at Ashland, or is it Ashland or Cummings or Martinsville, which one is it?
Atchison, the weather.
Okay.
No, and like I said, the downside is it's a little further away, and it's harder to get in there and get turned around with the trucks. You know, they don't have a lot of room in
Would it be, there's that one over there at Nortonville too, is that
there.
Nortonville on I think it's on Rogers Road? Is that what that
I'll have to check that.
It's a beds,
The,
mid-states.
the other one that's in Atchison over here, they could not keep up with what we need. So this one here is Service. Service is the company name. So that's what
Okay.
down by the river.
We might look into, I just went over there, Saturday, over that way. And there's a quarry over there on Rogers Road. It's a Nortonville quarry, it's east of Nortonville. On Rogers Road, I believe it is. So you might check into that and, might give Chad a call. And
I can check, but we there was a reason why we didn't go there.
Well, that's what I was wondering, if there was a reason we didn't, if they didn't have the right rock for us or whatever.
I'll check.
And then plan on having a conversation with Hams, just to share your concerns. I mean, obviously, you felt like you and Matt or whoever made that decision, that it did have more fines in it.
There's quite a few in it. You know, you look at what we got from Atchison, you know, and again, you're comparing an inch and a quarter to inch and a half, you know, on the rock. But, the inch and a half definitely has more rock in it than fines. So yes, there is. And what was out here at Hams is, you know, that's been crushed since the beginning of the year. You know, so that's been
I
saved.
thought they were out, that you had 2 inch, of 2 inch, okay.
Yes. They're not completely out there.
A little bit.
Really good, yeah. Okay, last week, we washed the pipe up on D4 and 118, and we all rock, W Road 198 to 230, J4 Road 262 to 270, 270 Road J4, 106 B4 to B, and 158 AB. Fixing bad spots. This week we've got J 278-86, W 18 or 198 214 that we're still alterating.
I will say that, you know, the areas that were scarified that when I was out driving around, did a great job of working the potholes out. Problem is that now it leaves a hole in a depression. So if we do get another rain, then it's going to be a mud hole. So if we can get some gravel back in those spots,
Trying.
that's going to be important. No, I know you are. I just want to make sure that everybody understands that it's good to get those worked out, but you got to put something back in there. If we spread it out and make a bigger hole, we'll end up like we did up north here. And that's not going to work.
That's all I got.
All right, hang around just a little bit. Lynn, it's 9:30. You want to come on out and have a seat up here by Scott and let us know what you got?
Good morning.
Hey,
How are you?
pictures, I think that we'll have to raise a question plan here. Bathroom, you remember?
Sure.
Scott could even look at them as well.
And Lynn, just for the record, what road are you referring to?
246.
246.
I live on 2031, 246 road.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, it looks like similar to when I was out driving around this week. After the rain, it looks similar to some other
Is that way every
places.
time it rains?
What's that?
Is that way every time it rains, or is it just a general rain?
Part of that appears to be, and I'll let Scott have a minute to look at it, there are a lot of fines in what I see there. A lot of fines, smaller gravel, the fines in that road, in that gravel,
There's not much gravel there.
but more fines than anything, it looks like.
The base is gone. It's been that way for some time.
And so there's no crown to it.
Well, they finally come in and graded Sunday neighbors off to get the water off the road. And there's some places you can't do that because of the elevation. But still, it's something that's a maintenance problem that needs to be taken care of, not just, like now, if you come and put a rock down there, and you come and have snow to blade that rock off and you're running with the blade, it's worthless, waste of time, wasting your rock. So I would think those type of maintenance ought to be done in midsummer, when that rock gets packed in, get moisture, make it set, get tight. There's a management issue.
And I think that we've talked about this road before. There's, if I remember correctly, there's rock ledges going up through there. Is that correct?
On the east side, maybe, perhaps,
Okay.
but those really aren't the issues.
Just not having enough material on it
Right.
and get a crown to it.
They gotta have a base go.
Uh,
Then you let the base go, it's been coming for years and years and years.
Yeah.
County funds that have worked, and the people that don't speak the most are the ones that get dealt with the least. So I think, I would ask you this question, how many people live on roads and stuff like that?
Quite a few, yeah. I,
Quite a few.
there are, and I'll tell you that, I mean, at least down the area that I was driving in, they are getting better, but, you know,
Well, I know you, last time I was here, just on the house, and you raised this deal about patience, want people to be patient. But, you know, sometimes it's patient thing. This isn't the first time I've been here. But I've even to the point when Ed Captain voiced my opinion there, even to the point when Cormier was going to rock the whole thing. And even to the point when you, Mark, came.
Yep.
Hey, Chairman, I have to come and
do we have
ahead
it?
of time to give me notice so I can meet you. Nothing was ever done.
And you've
I
talked
didn't
to
go to Scott here for the last couple of months at the grocery store at Walmart. And I raised an issue, you need to look at this road.
and have you taken a look at it?
Not this go around, but the times in the past we have, even when Linda was here, when I looked at it, his road was in better condition than a lot of them at that time.
Yeah, it just needs to be put on your
If you
list.
look at them in the what,
That was
there's a difference.
I know, it's like a red was out there.
So, I think that just needs to be put on the list and prioritize it and go out and take a look at it. I know there's a lot.
We put them on the list and they get bumped and bumped and bumped.
I know it's frustrating, Lynn, but they're doing the best they can to try to address all of the problems that we've got on the roads in the county.
Why do we have any problems? I found this out in some of these problems where people take care of little things, people manage big things. They manage little things
Yep.
first.
Yep, you're correct.
And then complex.
And unfortunately, with the budget that they had in years past, the little things have now grown into big things, and that's what I say. Now, we're trying to take care of them, but it does take time to get to all of them. So, we're working our way there.
And even to the point, there's going to be implications. If someone has a wreck on there and get hurt, there's going to be implications for the county. I'm sure that's going to happen. We have a lot of traffic there. Hunters coming in. There's a school bus now driving not once a day, sometimes twice a day. There's just situations there that could create problems.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I think we need to reevaluate it and see if we can get it taken care of.
Well, I'll come back and leave the pictures copy for you that we have in your file. And I'll have copies.
She already would.
Do you get copies?
Yep, she did. Thank you, though.
Good enough.
And I appreciate it.
I don't believe so. I think we're good. Thank you very much for coming in. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Lynn.
246, then what?
Lynn, what's your crossroads?
I'm sorry?
What is your crossroads?
246 and.
So C Road is west of me. They put gravel on there. Actually, Gary Robbins' son, they put from C Road going west to 246, they grabbed that pretty well in its place with it such a mess. But on the east of that is D Road. And then what's 1.5 mile or east of that, John Holiday's Road. More good quality, but excuse me, west of the wall, it's just a path cut off road. B4. It's an oddball.
Yeah.
Oddball road.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so just note that.
Just out of curiosity, where is that on the priority, the list that you give us, where is it
I
at?
have to look at it, I haven't looked at this for a while, because it's been year round. That's something we didn't do this year either, that's reevaluate it with what we got planned for next year. But the budget, the way it is probably any project, just be.
Correct. I think what we've talked about is not doing any major projects, but doing more maintenance. So, yeah.
That's
That
kind
one
of where
and
we're at.
many others need to be prioritized and take a
And
look
I
at.
know Lynn, he's been in talk to us multiple times.
And he's very patient.
He is.
And-
And like I said, it's just, the time that Linda and I went out and looked at it when he was.
And it's funny you say that because I went over and looked at the road on U, and I drove it when it was raining, and there were 2 huge mud holes in it. And I thought, boy, I wouldn't want to drive a car through either one of those.
Right.
But when I went back a few days later, like 2 days later, you couldn't tell where they were.
Where they were, exactly right.
And so I think his point of looking at some of these roads when it is raining and evaluating, whether that's Matt or you
We're
or,
out. We're out driving.
yeah. So I mean,
Trucks.
Well, that was the point that I made last week on W, because I went out and drove it before the meeting, and I stopped talking to, Grader, what's his name?
It's probably either Bob Miller, because like Brandon's gone.
No, it wasn't Bob, it was out on W going back into Dennis.
Oh, okay, Ethan, probably.
Yeah, there you go. And I stopped talking to him, and you know, and he voiced the same opinion that I had, that it hasn't rained in so long, you don't know where the mud holes are. If it doesn't rain, and it doesn't do you any good to, you know, just start shotgunning rock on the road, you don't know where you need to put it.
Right.
So, you know, these things are, and we haven't had that much rain, so we need to know where the things are and take care of them, which he said, you know, he was going to, and then that's, he was just waiting on rock.
He was out on W last week when I saw him over there, and they've been hauling rock to W down by Denison area for 3 days.
Yeah.
So they're getting rock.
So, I mean, it's a time-consuming process, and it's not a rapid process, and, you know, we just ask people to be a little patient, and we'll get to them as soon as we can, so. All right, well, let's see, Todd has looked over the memorandum of understanding with City of Hoyt for the chip and seal maintenance that we are in agreement with where we go to. So I would entertain a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding with Hoyt.
Lynn's still there.
Linda, you still there?
Oh, yeah,
Okay, did you hear that?
I did.
Okay.
I move we approve the memorandum of understanding with the City of Hoyt. As presented.
Do I hear a second? Is that you or me?
So second.
All right, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the memorandum of understanding with the City of Hoyt for chip and seal on First Street, from the intersection of First Street and 110th to Eastern Avenue. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye, all opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Do you want me to just cross off October and November?
That's
That good? So are they going to send us a new budget sheet without the utilities on there?
I can ask them to.
I just as soon have that before we sign anything.
Okay.
I don't want, because I don't want it
Right.
reflecting that we are gonna do that. So I would just soon have that before we make a motion to sign that. So. All right,
Okay.
that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
You bet.
Kathleen, would you mind turning the flash off on that? Sorry,
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Thanks for doing that.
Wow. That was not on purpose.
Is it, I'm sorry.
Is it just your flashlight?
I
All right, Dick, you're up. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Good.
What did it say?
Always.
I'm here to really encourage you to reach an agreement on solar.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out there, because I do this to everybody that comes before us talking about solar. We have no regulations yet from the planning commission, so it's still in their hands. So once we get them, then, okay, so like I said, I tell everybody else what we're doing here, so.
I'm somewhat familiar with this.
Yes, yes.
And my point being, don't be the second commission to pass up something that can be financially rewarding for Jackson County. As you know, I'm retiring to Ames, but this is always going to be home.
Right. And if you don't mind, can I just give you?
Absolutely.
Okay. So if you're familiar with the meeting we had when Nextera was in here, I have a real issue with trust when it comes to that company. And they have kind of, in my opinion, laid down the law and said that if it's not 5,000 acres, they're out. And I don't trust them right out of the gate to give them 5,000 acres. It just, we have in the regulations that you were part of 2,000 acres. I don't know how you reach an agreement with somebody like that. And with the new light of the nuclear facility that is proposed to be built somewhere in northeast Kansas, I think is a much better fit for this community, because the footprint would only be somewhere in the 40 to 50 acres with a real footprint of only 14 acres under building. That's what's being built in Wyoming. You're talking about 345 megawatts, 325 megawatts versus 500, but it can be elevated to 500. And to me, if we can fight for that as a community, to say that we are open for Evergy and Terra Power to build here, that's where we really need to be. To me, if we're going to use federal subsidies, if we're going to have a facility in this county, nuclear is the way to go. And I really encourage everybody to reach out to our state representatives, to encourage them to fight to get that facility put here in this community, because they're already talking 2035 to deregulate Jeffrey Energy Center, or decommission Jeffrey Energy Center to some extent. We don't know what that is. So to me, being able to put a small footprint in this county and generate tax revenue, that's the right way to go. That's my opinion.
Sure.
And so I don't know if you were familiar with that or not. Okay. And so back to your original question, I don't know how you negotiate something with somebody who simply says it's this or nothing. And I will sit right here and tell you, I'm not willing to give them 5,000, anything more than 2,000 acres to build on, and they've said they won't build for that. And I would imagine that based on what's in the regulation right now, that's what the zoning and planning is going to send back to us. And it doesn't sound like that it would ever happen. The facility just wouldn't happen. So, and I do appreciate all the work that you put in on it. I know it was a lot of hours and stuff, but anyway, that's my comment.
And I've always said, sitting here that we're not writing regulations for any particular entity. We are writing regulations to protect the county, protect citizens, and then any revenues that come in off of that is just gravy on top. But the county and the citizens are what we have to look out for first. And I've sat here and said that we are not doing a regulation for anybody, but if an entity comes in and can fit their business model, their business plan into our regulations, that's great. But if they can't, like next year sat here and said, as Commissioner Kelly referred to, sat here and said, well, it's not 5,000 acres, we're not doing it. Okay, if that's the way that you feel, I'm sure there's other entities out there that would, if we get these written, that would try to fit their business model, their business plan into the regulations. Because I will not vote for anything more than 2,000 acres as a whole for one single project in the county. And I've said that too. And I don't want to be the commission that turns away something like that, but I'm not going to write regulations for any particular entity when they sit there and say something like, well, if you don't do it my way, we're not going to do it. Okay, well, that's not negotiation. That's well done.
It's got to be right for this community.
Yeah. That's why I brought up last week about sending the letter to Terra Power, Evergy, and the Department of Commerce to show Jackson County support for the nuclear facility that they're looking to build in northeast Kansas. So we're already taking steps.
And I would also encourage people to reach out to Craig Bowser. He is our representative, and he sits on those boards. Department of Commerce, I believe he's on, and encourage him that Jackson County, this is a much better fit for Jackson County than the solar facility.
Well, with that in mind, I'm going to make one suggestion. There's an old saying, bird in hand and two in the bush.
Yep.
The chances of Jackson County getting anything from the state of Kansas or the United States of America are about 1 in a million. We don't have anything to give Congress. Everything is done by negotiation.
Yep.
What can you do for me if I do this for you?
Right.
We don't have any negotiating power, guys. You can dream all you want and you can try all you want. It isn't going to happen. I'm just going to sit here and tell you, it's not going to happen.
Well, I've been fighting for it, so.
I will
You
also,
haven't got to have it.
No.
I will also say,
Now, let me
No.
work on it.
Sure.
okay,
As far as precautions, one of the big players, is J6.
sure,
If J6 wants their land back in pristine condition, when the contract is up, it will be in their contract. You really don't have to worry about it, guys. Now, I understand you're drafting regulations. Number one, they can't be specific, it'd be unconstitutional. Attorney will tell you, they have to be generic. But what are the chances that somebody's going to come along later and say, oh, yeah, 2,000 is just perfect for us? Isn't going to happen. As far as the comments went, I read every single one of those comments.
say that again.
All of the written comments that came in for the commission in making their decision, I read every one of those,
Okay.
more than once.
Okay.
And you can categorize them as to one large group. If the county years ago was trying to decide whether to buy gasoline-powered trucks for road and bridge, they would oppose those. They're simply opposed to change. Okay. And then the other group wanted primarily to make sure that the land was back the way it was prior to that facility going in. And I said the best guarantee there is the landowner.
I will tell you, Dick, that I have talked to Nemaha County, and a former commissioner there told me, he said, if you want to have to babysit a company for the life of this project, then enter into an agreement. He said, you will have to fight for everything you get as far as when they tear up roads, when they destroy a fence, when they don't pay somebody. You're going to have to fight nonstop to get those things. Just like I stated in the meeting, it took us over a year to get $700,000 out of NextEra when it shouldn't have. It should have been, okay, here's your check. We did our part, they should have done theirs. And so that's the part that I struggle with. I don't want to have to babysit somebody or hire somebody to babysit somebody or another attorney just because that's all they're going to do. So those are my struggles.
Do
And
you build safeguards in drop dead? If this isn't done by a certain date, contract's gone?
Well, I mean, who am I contracting with?
I'm sorry.
Who am I contracting with? Well, I don't have a contract with anybody, right? Are you talking about next year?
I was saying, can that be written into a contract? My understanding is.
Well, yeah, I mean, it could be written into, you can put a bunch of stuff. I mean, my reaction to all this is J6 is one thing. I mean, J6 may have the stallions to take on next year. But if you got an individual landowner and their land is delivered back to them in sorry shape, and they don't have the muscle to take on next year. You guys are, and then you're going to be holding back. And that's a problem. Because I've seen it. I used to practice a little bit in our neighboring state and here coal mining. And the state regulated coal mining and the reclamation of land, basically surface mining. So they'd have to restore the land to its actual condition. And guess what? That taking the coal out wasn't any problem whatsoever. Putting the land back to where it was an absolute nightmare. There is a 2009 bankruptcy case that still exists to this day over reclamation of mine land in Missouri. That one of my partners and I fought. A 2009 case. So,
And that concerns me. Can't you build in a bond?
well, we got
AAA rated company?
we have in the regs, the way it's set up is that they would have to actually post cash for the reclamation costs. And that means no bonds or insurance companies.
Yeah, obviously that's safe.
Yeah, because bond companies, I've also had bond companies tell me that,
Well, they'd have to be less than AAA rated.
well, yeah, but some people would say the way they became AAA rated is not to give in easily either. Insurance companies exist not to pay claims.
Yeah, that's what I'm cash money. Yeah,
And
That's
so
what I want is cash money, and that's
and
it.
it better be about triple what you think it needs today.
Well, we're going to have
The way the cost is going up.
we have somebody determining that, and it's going to be a defensible number. Nobody's going to feel like somebody's been railroaded either way.
But
That's all I have to say.
thank you, Dick. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Dick,
it.
appreciate
Hey,
it.
wonderful working with you guys.
You betcha.
Enjoy your time.
I'm going to,
Up north.
yep, I'm headed north.
Come back down south when it's.
Not today, but not far off.
See you, Dan.
See you, Dan.
May I have a question?
What's that?
The interview's on Thursday, or is this interviewing two people?
This
Yes.
I believe so, yeah.
Yep,
Did you see the last two applications notice?
yes,
There was my board to it?
yep, I did.
Okay. I didn't know if you got to interview one of them or not.
I don't think that I want to from looking over the applications.
I didn't see anything else, Linda.
Okay. All right, Todd, what you got?
Well, been a quiet week, I think we'll be on. Let's, I think we were talking about the nuclear power thing. And I talked about a letter. Did some looking online, there's probably two factors that kind of, I guess, where we need to try to figure out.
And deliver the judge's newspaper.
One is the Department of Commerce entered into an MOU with Kieffaber. I see
And Evergy federal. State, I believe, state,
Yeah, state.
state, and also Evergy did also.
Well, yeah, and I'm not sure how, they made it sound like Evergy's not a big player, it's Kieffaber. But however you cut it, I couldn't get a copy of that online or figure out where that was, despite the fact that it was, tallied. I guess my number one concern is to kind of figure out, is not to fly blind into that without knowing what the MOU was. Thinking kind of ahead, you may, what is the Department of Commerce plan in that? And are you going to say something or do something that's going to cross those lines?
Well, I don't see how we would be. Leaders from Kansas and Evergy and TerraPower signed a non-binding agreement in late September to start evaluating sites for the new plant. That's exactly what I believe I just forwarded this email on to you too.
Yeah.
So,
Wouldn't the memorandum, or wouldn't our resolution just simply state that Jackson County, Kansas would like to be considered for the TerraPower nuclear facility in this community, stating also that we have a 7-year tax abatement prorated that would also be there. We have a great workforce.
And that was the kind of thing I was thinking of, what is Coffee County one, talked about their training and knowledge base because of the other nuclear plants.
well, sure.
So I was searching for things that would meld with what the MOU said. Maybe the MOU has something in it that we don't know that they're looking for.
So the other thing that I think would be good is to look at, we have Washburn Tech, which is right there in Topeka. Can they develop a training
We also
program
have
for
Atchison.
this? And what's that?
We also have Atchison Tech.
And we have Atchison Tech, but we have probably a large, I think, a large workforce in this community in Topeka that would be able to probably take over or be trained in some of those 260 permanent jobs. See, to me, that's a huge difference from what a solar project would be versus a nuclear facility. You're talking 260 jobs, permanent, but then you also talk about the other jobs that when they do shutdowns and they do all these other things, they bring in a lot of other 3-month, 2-month job. And I think we mentioned those types of things in this memorandum of understanding, or not memorandum of understanding, but resolution. Just to let them know that we want to do business.
Okay.
And I think, from what I'm told, most people in the community would be in favor of something like this. I think the other thing, as a community, if somebody has property near the Pot County line that would be in favor of selling that property, I think having that already understood, that if somebody had 40 to 80 acres that they wanted to, that would work well, that would also be something that would benefit this project.
Yeah. And you brought up concern last week about water. This is not a water project, so.
Yeah,
Completely different technology.
yeah, and I read up on that so that I got that clear. And so that was just a concern of mine before we kind of jumped.
Well, there's already 2 other counties that have already done it.
Yeah, and I understand that. I'm just-
What's coffees look like? I mean, that's another
Yeah, well, I
consideration.
couldn't get theirs either.
Even, I mean.
Even the resolution?
I couldn't get the resolution online. I couldn't, it was
Yeah,
passed like 2 weeks ago, so I don't know if it was.
I think we just make a resolution, and I'd like to have that today, yes, to be able to just say, we're open for business, we are encouraging this to happen, we would like to have that in our community.
Okay.
Is that possible that we?
Sure.
Okay, are you okay with that, Mark?
Yes, I would totally have that, yeah.
And then, I think we send that to Evergy, in the form of a, what's the mail? Certified return receipt, so we know that they got it. Also,
I think the name of I got some names from that.
okay,
Gina Penzi
yep,
and Bernard Conner.
from Evergy,
Yeah,
okay.
she was on that, so.
And probably the chair, which is David, Chair of the Department of
Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah, Lieutenant Governor David
Toland?
Oh,
Toland, thank you. That's who we need to go to. And then to Terra Power itself.
Yep.
I don't know if Bill opens all their mail, but I have somebody.
Well,
send it right to them.
I'm looking here at this, at the Terra Power and Kansas agreement right now, or not the agreement, but the announcement, and you have Senator Moran's for it, David Campbell, the every chairman and chief executive officer is excited about it, Roger Marshall, Lieutenant Governor David Toland. So, we need to get it out there ASAP that Jackson County is, as Keith said, open for business, and we are wanting to look at this and explore this.
We'd like to be considered.
We want to be considered for it.
So you guys can be, how long are you gonna be around in chairs here?
As long as it takes you to write that.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
I don't have the tool right here. I can get back and sit down and do it.
Okay.
Email it up.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so email it to Christie or do
You might email it to me.
I need remind me?
E-U-R-D-O-N.
No period, right? E-O.
U-R-D-O-N.
All right. So of the things to hit, 7-year tax abatements, ability to train workforce from Washburn Tech, Atchison Tech. Go ahead and put Kansas State, KU,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Washburn, everybody's close by. That close connection to power Jefferson.
Transmission lines.
Jeffries, right? That's connected with Jeffries.
Yes.
Okay, and then what else?
The workforce in the community, I think, is within. I don't think there'd be much pushback from the community when it comes to a new small scale to a nuclear facility.
Okay.
All I've heard is positive.
Yeah, I talked to somebody that monitors that kind of stuff, and he said it was probably a 70-30. There's always gonna be people who, don't want
Just
to
say
change,
you
just
pick
fix
the
it.
power and then just figure it out.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay. That gives you the guidelines.
Thank you.
Other than that, I guess the other things are kind of took care of the Shawnee County thing. Tax sale is set for December 8th at 10 o'clock here. Here. Not there.
Yeah.
So set it up with the sheriff, so that stuff will be going out. Final things are going out, that's on track.
Okay.
So, the only other thing I had still on my list to try to square away is Sam Sarah. Are you guys to a point where you're satisfied with their performance overall, or are you still just?
I guess since everything's up and running, that was my biggest concern, but we still don't have what they had promised as far as the communication between the SAMs and
The file stuff.
Yeah.
Being able to put that in.
Yeah, and I think the angle was at this point wasn't that it was overall effective or anything like that. The connections that were kind of beleaguering it before have been fixed. It's now that promised connection between
the two systems
the two
talking.
systems that would be kind of their, would be a gold mine for them in some respects, because they got 108 other counties to sell to.
It'd be a gold mine for both of them.
Yeah. So, we need to, and that's where you want to get in on that, is to say, there's got to be more consideration for that.
Right.
Part of it.
Yeah.
So, I didn't know if you wanted to, if you're being sensitive about, or, if that's the only thing that's holding, if that connection is the only thing that's an issue right now, that kind of narrows it down for me to say, what we're talking about here is, let's talk more about what we're doing. Okay. I was just, at last discussion, meaningful discussion, there were still, I think, performance problems, as I recall.
As far as I know right now, the performance is up to par. Everything is communicating. Everything is, they're able to look at everything. It's just the communications between the two systems that have not been fulfilled.
Well, that's all I have, so.
All right.
If there's nothing more, I'll get in the road and have something to you by 11:30, so.
Sounds good. All right. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later.
See you later. Thank you.
have more stuff for you to sign.
Not ready.
Aaron, if we do pass a resolution, can you send it to me or text it to me? I mean, you're gonna do it tomorrow. Well, you're gonna be crazy tomorrow. But if they get it done this afternoon or later this morning,
You have the answer.
that'd be great.
What's that?
How did advance voting? How many people do you have so far?
So after, we were open on
Oh,
Saturday,
yeah,
and so at the end of Saturday, we were at 250 advance voters so far.
Okay.
So, and there've been lots in this morning.
This morning. Okay. I know, I
Yeah.
keep, like, there's an election this week, so I keep
Yeah.
remind myself. So it's a little slower in the Manna area, but it's important still, so
Yes.
we'll see you guys.
See you later.
I will go ahead and start these down with Keith.
Okay.
These are change orders
Oh,
that come in from the appraiser's office.
okay.
This top one, like the signature lines, but it's the same thing. How it has those.
Okay. Okay, we'll just sign it all sorts.
Yep.
Kate, you have anything for us?
Who?
Kate?
Apparently not.
Do you think that she should start doing some research on regulations?
Yeah, I mean, we talked her.
Basically, I mean, look at what Coffee County's already done for the last 40 years. It's more copy and paste, and at least to get that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I agree. I would agree on that. Making sure there's no $20,000 payouts.
That was the trailer.
Okay.
And that's how much was spent on that. So I guess I got
Okay.
pretty minor compared to
Yeah.
most.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you. Oh, that's fine. I just printed it front and back to save paper.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just have to turn the wrong way.
Not quite.
This possible.
Still going.
They had a lot of them sitting there waiting for me to send on, but we couldn't send them to the treasurer's office until the tax was posted,
Gotcha.
so. I think sometimes you guys just initial to their sign last meeting, whatever you guys feel comfortable with.
You seen the new Nelson's Event Center out west?
I've heard that passage, yeah.
It's nice.
Yes, very nice.
I wonder what their budget is.
I have no clue.
Gotta be 7.
I would say. Yeah, I don't have any clue on that.
It's very nice. I saw pictures of the inside of it. Friends of ours who had a wedding out there.
like this USA Trailer Group that's out of Milan, Texas. How's that?
Say that again.
This USA Trailer Group that is out of Milan, Texas. They've got two different ones here.
That's the name of the company.
That's the name of the company, USA Trailers Incorporated Summit Rental Group, Inc., Milan, Texas.
They have it registered up here, somebody's
I'm
leasing them.
assuming so. One of them's a P.O. box and one of them's they're both the same people. One of them's a P.O. box, one of them's a 1099 Kieffaber Drive, Kieffaber. And I'm just curious how that, if they have a business up here, I can't think of anything in Jackson County, or how that would be, unless it's a pay to own and it's still registered to them.
It could be.
I don't know. I was just curious, that just kind of looked a little strange to me, so I figured I'd ask the question.
I don't know. But it looks like both of them were sold in 2023.
Yes.
So
East
they
Texas
should have
trailers.
been, they should have been abated a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay.
So I wonder if that's when, that trailer rental place was out on 75, or the rental place.
Oh,
Oh, it might be.
Yeah,
before the giant took it over.
Yeah,
and I don't know,
You'll
but
Yeah.
that would be,
that might be.
yeah, but it looked like the Gracer's office should have abated it.
Long ago.
But they probably haven't contacted them, so.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Are you done signing down there too?
I think at this point, so you give me more.
You guys are welcome.
Linda's gonna get rider trained whenever she comes back.
Right? Okay, now I have the minutes of October 27th.
Okay. Did you email Linda a copy of these?
Let's do that.
Yeah,
You have the 27
Correct.
minutes?
I,
You have the,
Bill. Yeah,
yes.
Okay. I just want to make
That's the
sure.
word you were looking for.
Yes, well, I'm down on the internet over here, so
Oh, really?
I'm running blindsided today. Yeah, it's fine.
wonder what that is.
I don't think I'm hooked up.
Yeah, well, so I'm connected to the server on this one, and it's saying that I'm booted off the server. It's fine.
Okay.
It's running on a Zen. More than one way to do it.
Did Skyler say that in the email, this maybe I missed it, is part of that bridge being paid for by a grant? You had asked him that question.
I believe so. That's why they had to follow certain standards. I think they applied for grant through safety.
Okay. I'll have to go back, because I must have missed that in that email. I'll go back and reread it.
Yeah, because the portion that whatever township that is, so the township was paying, we were paying a percentage portion of that.
Right.
I believe it's how it
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'll go back and reread that, so Shawnee County paid 93% of the bill, and we would have the other. But that was before they took the utilities off and everything, so. And that's why I wanted the new cost sheet before we signed that.
Yeah, if we don't have anything between now and 30, we might research it.
Yeah.
About it.
All right, has everybody read the minutes from October 27th, 2025?
Yes.
Linda,
Yes, I read, no corrections.
any corrections?
No.
Okay,
Move to approve.
it's been properly moved, do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Yeah, it's been properly moved and seconded to approve the minutes of October 27th, 2025 with no corrections. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Linda, do you have anything else right now? Well, hang on, I want to discuss one thing here before we go. What did we decide for a stipend for pants and shirts for the road and bridge maintenance shop? It wasn't $750 each, was it?
I can't look anything up right now.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just want to. I think we need to look that up because Scott had sent an email to Christie, said a while back, he decided the shop guys would get a stipend for their clothes instead of uniforms. Bryson and Wes got the pants in lieu of money, but Gary was to get $750 for this year. Can I get that to him for out of uniform budget? But number one, there's only 2 months left in the year. So the full amount should not go, it should be a prorated amount for 2 months.
Right.
But I don't remember if it was $750 a month, so I would like to check on that before.
$750.
Or $50 a year.
For the year.
I
thought it was.
You think it was that much?
So, I'm with the sheriff's department. That department buys their uniform and then gives them, I believe, $5 a check for laundering their uniforms. You know, that might be.
But we had already made a decision.
Well, we'd already approved that, but
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what the amount was for that.
Yeah, I thought it was $750, somewhere in there annually for pants, shirts, that type of thing, because they work, of the environment they work in. I mean, that's not very much compared to what.
And now, I think that was for the uniforms and for washing and whatever, but
Not even for uniforms, it's for
yeah, for their pants, clothes,
whatever clothing they want to wear, because they know it's going to get oily and dirty, and then they launder it at home on their own.
So, but
You have to go back and look at the minutes.
it would have to be for 2 months for this year, not for the full amount for this year, because he's already had uniforms for 8 months.
And is the contract done then? Is he not going to have uniforms in November, December?
I'm assuming that that's the way it is, because I thought it was finished. We need to find that out too, because.
Right.
Yeah,
I guess I would have thought it would have started the first of the year.
yeah, so, but I'm not giving him not gonna give Gary $750 for 2 months.
That would be a conversation with Scott.
And Todd to see if that is a done deal. Because he was looking over that, agreement too, and I don't know, but we need to ask Scott next week.
If it's been terminated.
If they've gotten everything straightened out as far as their credits and everything, because I think that was one of the holdups. Was they were still arguing about.
The bills, have you seen anything come through that's terminating the uniform company?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Okay. So let's ask about that next week.
Or you might reach out to him today yet. And
Yeah.
he's wanting them to pay that out. I didn't think it was, I guess, I didn't think it would pay out till January, because then you'd have a full year, here's your stipend for the whole year.
Right. Well, and if they have terminated the contract and he needs to get for 2 months, then we're going to prorate that. We're not going to do $750 for 2 months and then turn around the first year and do another $750. But we need to find out if their contract's turned in. So I'll reach out to Scott and find out about that. So, if we're going to be back like at 11:30 to see about the resolution.
He's gonna email that to you, but you'll have to get it from upstairs, correct? Because you don't have internet.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and I'd entertain a motion to recess until 11:30.
So
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded that we're going to recess until 11:30. All in favor, or any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign.
and actually, to recess, you don't have to have a motion.
Don't have to have a motion to
Yeah,
recess?
let's
Okay.
go to recess, just
Okay.
just going to recess for till 11:30.
All right, sounds good.
You have the authority to do that.
Linda, do you want to call back at 11:30? No, she's not. Okay, I need to go to check on Marie. Should we call Todd and check the status of it, to see if he's even close to getting it done, or if we need to?
Or you'd have to work back upstairs if it's done.
If it's done, I just need to run up there. I got the email on my phone, and it's nothing to speak of.
What do we got? I'm texting Todd right now. She's still down on email, so I'm gonna find out if he's close. So that if he's close to being done, so that he's gonna run upstairs and turn it off.
We're back in session.
Yes, we are back in session.
Well, I can always forward it to you and you can inform me.
I think
think
it's
it's just
conversation to tell, so
They did good.
we're expecting a little baby in 7 weeks.
Who is?
Tell Whitmer.
Okay.
And I have not heard anything back from Scott yet either. Called him, left a message. Thinking that it would be better rather than paying out the $750 right up front because somebody leaves, that's or an ask for it back or whatever. So it's been suggested that maybe we take and do the split $750 up into our 26 pay period, and that's $28 and something a pay period is what it ends up to be. And I think myself personally, that's probably the way to go. Because like I said, if somebody leaves, retires, whatever.
To me, it's going to be a nightmare keeping track of it. Somebody's got to keep track of it.
Keep track of what?
The stipend that we're paying for the, I mean, if I'm going to go out and buy uniforms for the year, or if I'm going to buy jeans or t-shirts, I don't want to have to wait. I don't know of other companies that do it that way. So, I know other companies that provide a stipend, they write the check, you turn in the receipts, and they just give you a check for the amount, whatever that amount is.
To me, that would be a nightmare to track that, rather than
You do it once a
pay period.
year. I guess before I make a decision, is Linda back on the phone?
Yes, Linda's back here.
I would rather go back and read what we did in the minutes and have a conversation then next week and postpone it with Scott.
I mean, yeah, we can have a conversation next week, but I think that if I remember correctly, I believe that it was just, we were going to pay a $750 stipend, but we didn't say how we were going to pay it. But like I said, what's going to happen if we pay a $750 stipend in January and somebody walks away at the end of January?
Yeah, you can't control that.
But that's, if we do a pay period to pay period, if we split it up and do a pay period to pay period, that is no different than, like, I want to use Goodyear as an example, down at Goodyear with the guys that rented their uniforms from Cintas or UniFirst, it just came out of their paycheck every week. And that would be the same thing reversed from what I'm saying right now. We just give them a stipend every 2 weeks on their check.
Yeah, let's find the minutes, let's see what was in the minutes, but,
Like I said, I think it was just a $750 stipend, but we never said how we were gonna do it.
and I thought it would be annual. That's what I would pay it on an annual basis. But
Yeah, let's
Sorry,
look at
this is all I have. I found it.
I think we just need to have more conversation with Scott, because, I mean, if somebody giving
Yeah,
you,
so here's what we did. Jennifer and Scott have been working on the uniform billing. The pants cost the county $2,200. Scott asked about moving forward if there would be a stipend or if the county would be purchasing pants for them. He said he believes $750 stipend annually would be sufficient. Commissioner Kelly made the motion to approve a stipend for the shop employees for $750 each. Commissioner Gerhardt seconded the motion. The motion passed 3-0. So we never really said how we were going to pay the stipend,
then
other than it was
I would table it until we have a conversation with Scott.
Yeah, I think for accounting purposes, like I said, because it's, if you pay it all up front and somebody leaves, then how do you get it back? You just give it, yeah, you don't. But then we hire somebody else, we're putting out another $750 stipend.
Yep. You're talking about 3 individuals.
Yep.
And they've
Do
all
you
been
do
there.
a payroll like her, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think somebody's gonna have to keep track of that, of making sure, and are you gonna take out taxes and all kinds of stuff off the $28 and all that kind of stuff?
That would all be Mary question. We
That's
do
right.
have a payroll or a line item on payroll for uniforms.
If I'm working for somebody and I'm getting a,
So, how long do you think the surgery take?
Hi,
How long will the surgery take?
I don't think you're, Linda.
wrong line?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
if I'm getting a stipend for my clothes for the year, I don't wanna have to buy a pair of jeans a month. You wanna be able to buy whatever you're gonna buy, boots, whatever. That's the way most companies that I know of, when they're giving their employees a stipend, there's no guarantee that they're gonna be there a month later, or 6 months later.
And that's, I don't like that personally, because that's just giving away county money.
I would say between now and then, do some research with other companies around the area, state, whatever. I believe that's the way most do that. And we can't guarantee that, if we train somebody and get them a CDL, they could leave.
Sure, but we do have protection on that now, right?
We have an agreement that they have to pay it back, but,
Yes.
if they walk away, you're gonna have to sue them.
Yep,
Are you gonna-
and I understand that, but at least we have some semblance of an agreement to recover our money that we put out, right?
But the chances are slim to none that you're ever gonna get that.
Then why are we doing it?
Yeah.
Why do we put the county council to putting that up to get it fixed?
I'm just saying, spending that kind of money, again, to go take somebody to court over the CDL training. Yes, it's nice to have that, you have their signature, but.
So here again, then, if you don't want to do it on a pay period basis, I would hedge my bets and do it every 3 months. Give them, split it up into a quarterly basis and give it to them every quarter, because there again, I don't like to give somebody something for nothing.
Well, you're not
And I
giving
know-
them something for nothing,
If
they're
they
buying
leave,
uniforms.
if they leave, then yes, we are. That's my point right there. It's only $750. You can say, but yeah, that does add up. And then somebody else comes in, we give them $750. They don't like it out there, so they leave after a month. We're just continually putting money down, down the
I
well.
don't think it'd be continually, neither one of those, one of them's been there 20-some years.
And
the other
I
one's been there
understand that.
20-some years, and the other one's been there,
What are they going to retire?
but I don't know the answer to that.
And there again, we don't know the answer to that.
how about this? Between now and next week, do some research on what other counties, companies, how they do their process of paying a stipend, and let's bring that information back here, and let's define it down to the gnat's behind, but you're gonna have to put it in writing somewhere. It's gonna have to go in the employee manual, whatever, but I think we need Scott's recommendation as Public Works Director, heading up that department out there.
Sure.
So,
Yeah. Let's table it till next week.
Linda's gone.
Yes. I think that's the phone call she had been waiting on.
Okay.
She had told me at the beginning of the meeting she was expecting a
So-
medical phone call.
That's the direction I would head. I mean,
Well, I will be seeing another, hopefully 2 county commissioners tonight at the board meeting I gotta go to, so I'll talk to them and see what they think.
I don't know how many counties across Kansas pay a stipend for clothing.
No idea. We'll head that way.
And are you, and one last question, maybe this would be for Mary, but I don't think if we're paying a stipend, we shouldn't be taking federal, state taxes out. We shouldn't be taking anything out of that.
I don't believe that they will come out of there, but I believe that they will have to report those as income on their income tax.
But there's a different way of reporting it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a box on there, W-2.
Yep.
Because if not, I can just send them a 1099.
Yeah.
So, if anything, it alleviates steps up there too.
Nothing from Todd over there.
Nope. He hasn't answered my text back, so.
That's-
And I do not have an email. Oh, there it is. It
Yep.
just came through. Yep. It looks like he sent it to you as well, so you should be able to.
Ah, yes. Attach note names of the schools of Webster, Stones Highland as a school in Atchison. Yep, that is correct.
Did you get 2?
What's that?
I said, did you get 2 different documents?
I got a PDF and a Word. And which one is that? Is that a Lexmark XC2326?
26.
All right, try that and see if it does it.
I like Come through. Do you want to do that? Or does it matter? Do we normally do those on one sheet or 2, or does it matter? 2.
The,
Side. Let me try again.
can't get it to print?
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet.
I love that.
I came back. I had a call from the hospital.
I just sent it.
You tried it?
Are you,
printing link. Error printing, that's the first thing. Couldn't print the PDF. All right, so we'll see if you can get it. Hey, there you go. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking for it.
It's like in print from my phone, but you know, when the airdrop to this printer.
Yeah, I showed 2 documents pending, but
I think it printed from mine, it said.
yeah, I did. I showed 2 documents pending, so. Linda, did you get the document from Todd?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
That's a lot more than.
Yeah, there was something else in there.
Oh, was that
Yeah.
deal from Todd?
I'm just collecting all the pages. I believe that's it.
So what resolution number will this be?
That's one question.
I think, didn't you usually have it the last one, the list?
So it didn't print the resolution?
It did not.
I thought you had a list in there.
Looks like it'll be 2025-22.
Right.
You can try again? Your turn.
We probably need to put the 22 in there. Right, 25-22. Is that correct?
25-22.
Done. Try it again.
You want to send that one too?
That's got. Put the 22 in there. Scroll on.
I just wrote it on my copy.
All right, we have resolution 2025-22, a resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Jackson County, Kansas in support of nuclear energy projects in Jackson County, Kansas, and expressing interest in the placement of the TerraPower LLC project in Jackson County, Kansas. I would entertain a motion to approve this resolution and send a copy to the Kansas Department of Commerce, TerraPower LLC, and Evergy in favor of locating a natrium reactor in Jackson County, Kansas.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Yes, I second.
Perfect. It's been properly moved and seconded to support resolution 2025-22. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. And we're going to table the discussion on the uniforms until next week.
Then how are we going to get her to sign this? I think it's important that she does.
Yes. I can take it here, bring it back up here. Is that okay, Linda?
That'd be great.
Yes, sounds good.
Okay, I'll bring it over to the house, have you sign it, and I'll bring it back up here.
Hey, you know what? Why don't you just sign my name, put your initials after?
I'll tell you what, I will have, since I've already signed it, if we can do that, if that's legal, I will have Aaron do that.
There it is.
Okay,
You've done it upstairs before several times. Yep.
okay.
Can you note that in the minutes?
Yeah, make note of that in the minutes.
Ask if that be done.
All right. Is there anything else before us today? Seeing nothing, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Linda's still there.
Linda, you still there?
Yep, I'll second it.
So moved.
Okay, been properly moved and seconded to adjourn the meeting. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. All right, see you all next week. Then we'll see you all what? Interviews on the 6th.
6, right.
All right, perfect.
At 9 o'clock, is that right?
Yes.